let's look at the construction of this isometric block. As we have here that draw the block in isometric projection as shown. It's just for us to replicate it the way it's given to us here, as we have done for this. Now, so let's look at what we have here. So we have this feature, we have this particular feature, we have this feature, and we also have this particular feature here. So we are going to bring them out, but I want us to start this way, without this feature, without this feature, without this particular one. Let us produce an isometric block, okay? Then we now bring out this feature. So now, so the total length from this end to this end here is 80 millimeters. As we have it, this is 80 millimeters. That is total length from this end forward to this line is 80 millimeters. And then we now have the total length from here to here. So from here to here, from this line here to this point here, is the sum of this 30 and this 10. That is 40 millimeters. Okay. Then we now have the height from here to here to be 30 millimeters. So let's take note of that. So we are not touching this now, and we are not touching this now. Okay. Then we are not touching this now. So let us produce that block. Then from there, we bring out the features. Let's do it that way. So let's start. So what we are to do here first is to draw a short horizontal line. So I'm going to have that short horizontal line. So I'm going to have it here. So we have it here like this. Okay. So we have it here like this. Okay. So on this short horizontal line, so I'm going to take this point. Okay. So this point is going to be my lowest point. I will call it point A, even if it is not shown like that in the given view or the given object. So I usually do it this way. So let's produce the block. So as I said that from this point, we are going to draw a line in this direction at 30 degrees, then turn the 30 degrees square in this direction. Okay. So then draw a line. So draw a line in this direction. Then come to this point here at this point A. So draw up a vertical line. So draw up a vertical line from this point. So it goes up like this. So we now take the 3 dimensions that we are using. So on this side, we are using 80 millimeters. So from this point, take a measurement of 80 millimeters backwards. This is 80 millimeters from point A here. And on this line, we take 30 millimeters up because the height is 30. So this is 30 millimeters. Then we turn to this side here. We take a measurement of 40 millimeters from point A to this side. This is 40 millimeters here. So we are going to form an isometric block. Okay, so that's what we want to do here. So from this point here, so draw up a vertical line from this point like this. Okay, then come to this point here, also draw up a vertical line from this point. So we have this. Then turn the set square. So turn the set square this way. Let it touch this line, okay, or this point on this line. So draw a line. So from this point here, so draw a line in this direction like this. Okay, let it touch this. Then turn this way. So bring it to this point and then draw a line from here to here. All right, so then turn it this way. Okay, so bring it to this point. Okay, so bring it to this point and then so draw a line. So from this point, draw a line in this direction, then turn it this way. So bring it to this point here. So bring it to this point and then draw a line from here to touch this. Okay, so we have this block now. So now, so let's bring out the features that we have here. So you see how simple this work is, how simple it is. Just follow me as I'm doing it here. Now let's bring out the feature. So let's start with this particular feature that we have here. Let's look at the dimensions that we are given here. So first of all, we need to know take the distance. So from here to here is 30 millimeters. Okay, as we have it here, 30 millimeters from here to here. We start this way. Let's start with this 10. From here to here is 10 millimeters. So let's start with that 10 millimeters. Then so the rest will be 30. So the rest will be 30 from here to here. Then we now take this 20. So we are going to take that 20. So from a line at this point backward, I'll be able to bring it out. Let's do that and you see how I'm going to do it, how simple it is. So I'm going to let's put it here. So let's put it here. Okay, so let's take the dimensions as I said. So let's start with the one of 10. So from this point here, take a measurement of 10 millimeters inward like this. Okay, You know that total from here to here is 40, so take it that way. Then now come to this side here, come to this side from this point and take 20 millimeters, take it in here like this. Okay, so at this point here, okay, so let's come to this point. At this point we draw a vertical line. So we draw a vertical line from this point to touch this line like this. Okay, so then come to this point here, also draw a vertical line from this point up like this. Okay, all right, so it touches this line. So from this point where it touches this line, so draw a line. So draw a line from this point, so draw it inward like this. Okay, then turn the set square at this point, turn it this way, so bring it to this point here and draw this line, let it go in like this. Okay, so they intersect at this point. So then you turn the set square, so just turn it this way, so come to this point, turn it this way, and then so draw a line from this point inward like this, and then come to this point here, so where the two lines meet, so come to this point and then so draw a vertical line, draw it downward like this, let it touch this line. So what we have to do now, these 2 points, we join them together. So we join these 2 points together, so just draw a line from here to touch this. So we have this. You can see that we have brought out that feature. So let me bring it. So this feature that we have here, so this particular feature that we have here, so we have produced it here. Okay, now let's look at the next feature that we have. So we have a cut. So we have a cut in here. So this particular cut, we have it here, and then we have that from this point here we have to take 35 millimeters to this point. Then from here to here is 10 millimeters, and then from here to here is 5 millimeters. Okay, so there's a cut because there's a line that goes in here. So let's work that out right now. So we take the set square or the ruler from this point, take a measurement of 35 millimeters inward. So this is 35 millimeters here. Here we have 35 millimeters. This is 35 millimeters here. From this point here, now take 10. So from this point, take 10 millimeters. This is 10 millimeters here. So at this point here, at this point, so take your set square, so draw a line. So from this point, draw it in here like this, and then come to this point, you also draw it in here like this. Okay, so on this line, I will now take 5 millimeters from this point, take 5 millimeters inward. This is 5 millimeters here. So then turn the set square this way, and then draw this line from this point to this point here. Okay, so to show that this is a cut, so you have to set the set square this way and then draw this line. So let it touch this. So the cut is already there. So we have produced that feature. So let's now work on this feature that we have here. So this particular feature is that this one is just placed on this particular body. So let's look at dimensions on it. So we have that from here to here is 20. So then from here to here is 20. From here down here is 25 millimeters. So we make use of these 3 dimensions to bring out this feature placed on this body. So I would have it around here. So let's start and see how that can be done. So first of all, so come to this point here and take a measurement of 20 millimeters from this point forward here. This is 20 millimeters. So turn this way also, take 20 millimeters from this point, so take it this way. So this is 20 millimeters. So we have already made use of the 20 millimeters that we are given. So what we have to do right now is that, so we come to this point. Okay, so then draw this line, so turn the set square this way, so come to this point here and then draw this line. So from here to touch this line. Okay, so having done that, the next thing that you have to do is this. So take the set square, set it vertical like this. Okay, set it vertical like this at this point and draw a vertical line up like this. Okay, come to this point also, draw a vertical line up like this. Okay, then come to this point also, so draw a vertical line up like this. Okay, then we now take a measurement of 25 millimeters from this point up. From this point up, take a measurement of 25 millimeters. So this is 25 millimeters. So now, so take the set square, set on the T-square like this. Okay, so draw a line. So from this point here, so draw a line to touch this line like this, and then turn this. Okay, and then draw a line to touch this line like this. Okay, then bring it here. So bring it to this point. so bring it to this point here and draw a line. So from here in this direction, turn it this way and then bring it to this point, and then so draw a line. So draw a line from here to touch this line like this, you can see. So the picture is already produced on this body. So now, so to make it more feasible, to look like the way it is given to us, so what we have to do is to bring out the visible outlines and edges by making this line from this point to this point, making it a thick line from here to here. Okay, we have this, and up here we also make this line, we make it a thick line from here to this end. So we have it like this. Then at this point here, so we have this line, so make this line a thick line from here to here. Okay, then come up here, make this line a thick line from here to here. So this line that we have here, so from here to this point we have it as a thick line, and then from here to here, so we have it as a thick line. So this line also, we also need to make it more visible. Then here we also make this line a thick line from here to here. So make this line a thick line from here to here. So we have this now. Okay, we have this right now. Then the vertical lines, so let's make this line, so make the thick line from here down. Okay, and this line also, so make the thick line from here down. So this line we have to bring it out. Okay, and then this line, so bring it out here. So this line that we have here is a vertical line, so make it a thick line. This also make it a thick line from here to here. So make this line a thick line from here down, and then this line make it a thick line from here down here. Okay, then turn it this way, so turn it this way, so make this line a thick line from here to here, and this also a thick line from here to here. So I have this line here, so this line I have it here, so make this line, make it a thick line from here to here. So this line up here, so make it more visible from here to here, and then this short line, so make it a thick line from here to here, make this a thick line from here to here. There's a vertical line here, so this vertical line that shows that this is a cut, so you also need to make it more visible. Then this line, make it a thick line from here to here, so make this line, make it visible from here to here, and then this line will make it a thick line from here to this end. Okay, so looking at what we have here, this line we still have it here, so this particular line, so make it a thick line from here to here. So looking at what we have here, we have completed the isometric view of the object as given to us. So this is what we are given, and this is what we have produced as we have it here. So all you have to do is just to practice. When you practice this, you become a master at this work. Thank you, and God bless you.